Good evening. I just left a city council meeting. That was I don't know. You know when you're eating a pretzel and like a little piece gets like stuck? I feel like the internet is such a false representation. I hope it's a false representation of like what is really out here. Because the comments that I be seeing about political activism, social justice, etc., are so they don't represent, like, as a black woman, I'd be like, I'd be like, this isn't, like, these aren't the black women I know. And it's like disheartening when you just see, like, this is what we are. Like, that's like just seeing so many black women talk about, like, yeah, I'm not gonna be holding it down for Gaza, for Palestine, because they didn't hold it down for us. And I'm like, who didn't hold it down for us? And they're like, Palestinians and Arab people who didn't vote for Kamala Harris. They didn't protect us, so we shouldn't be protecting them. And I'm like, is that what you think you were doing when you were boycotting Starbucks and McDonald's? You thought you were protecting Palestinians? Because that's not what you were doing. You were protecting your own spirit, because your money is being used in a genocide. So that's really what you were doing. And so I guess you're saying that your support or your interest in whether or not your money is involved in a genocide is it has a contingency. I can't relate to that, bro. I can't relate to that. And also, like, it's genuinely doing the exact same thing to Palestinians in Palestine, that it's using the same rhetoric for Palestinians in Palestine that the apartheid oppressor is using for them, which is collective punishment. So it's essentially saying that because these Palestinians here didn't do what we wanted to, we're going to rescind our support of stopping the harm happening against those people. I can't relate to that. I just can't relate to it. I'm also always just amazed at how much people want me to shut the fuck up. Even though I'd be over here on my own page. Give it a rest. We're sitting it out. blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, yeah, it's not good enough for me. Saying things without having any actual legitimate, like, understanding. Saying things and then me just accepting it without understanding, that's not, like, how I operate. So, you know, there's that. Free Israel from what? Free Israel from what? From Israel? Free Israel from Israel? Because that's really what should happen. Like, free them from themselves. Yes, Brenda. Correct. Like, yeah, no, I keep talking because, like, that's, you know, that's what I was sent here to do. So I'm gonna keep talking. There's just no two ways around it. It gets a little disheartening sometimes because I'm just like, damn, like, my people sound terrible, you know? And it can be very loud to the point where it feels like that's everybody. And like, that's the part where you'd be like, this is really everybody. Is everybody like this? Because this is sus. But then you're like, well, there's also trolls, but there's also bots. You know, like, you don't even know if, like, it's real people anymore. It's really duplicitous. It's really duplicitous. The city council meeting, I mean, it was uneventful. It was uneventful. You know, it was just interesting to hear kind of how they operate, you know, how formal or informal they were. They were pretty informal. So just curious, you know, I was just curious about, like, what type of conversations they would be having, what type of things would be coming across the table for them to be discussing, you know, and what types of resolutions. And I was actually I'm actually very happy to report that it was very uneventful. And it was very uneventful and very Mandy Pie. Only one person calls me Mandy Pie. And I don't think you're that person. Thank you, Audio Art. So I'm here putting together these shipments for this month's drop for Amanda Land Exports. Man, I'm gonna make a video on how to support small businesses. This chick came out her face so crazy in my email today. Ooh, child. All because she got corrected. Because she came at me like, she just came at me sideways. And I think people just have come to a lot of people really feel like customers always right means I'm just gonna talk to you any old way, and because you want my money, you're gonna let me. First of all, I'll refund somebody in a heartbeat if they talk to me sideways. I'll refund your shit so quick. I got no qualms. No qualms about it. Oh, okay. I can get this done. Amanda, just stop making your life difficult. The Tate brothers, I mean, I don't think there's so much fuckery at this point, I can't even keep up. I just like be trying to stay focused on my purpose. Someone in my comments the other day was like, pick a lane, Amanda. I'm like, so me doing the same thing I've been doing for the past 10 years is that's not clear? How am I wasting talent by not accepting money from a shitty ass individual? How is that wasting talent? Explain it to me. No, I don't want. No, you come talking to me crazy, I'll just give you your money back. You don't get to have my talent. That's the thought process. My shit is valuable. You want to talk to me crazy? You don't get to have my talent. Here's your money back. And there you go, Liz R. Exactly. You don't get to have this. This is mine now. You got the confirmation your merch shipped? Okay, Patricia. Actually, hold on. Let me 2873. Somebody emailed me today like, hey, I need to change my address. Like, sis, what? So I very may well have already packaged their shit. Let us see. Yay! I hadn't packaged their shit yet, so I can change their address. Do you all want to hear the email? Why boycott when black people work there? I realize, like, I just can't relate to a lot of y'all. Your logic about things is just, it's not, I can't relate to it. It's so capitalist based and not really, hey, Pradenia, shout out to KC, and not really grounded in actual change. It's really like everybody wants to be so convenient. I can't relate to that. Is my free show on Patreon? Not yet, but it will be. Hold on, 94. Look who's here. Jedi. So this person sent me an email saying, they sent me an email on February 5th. And they said to me, hello, I ordered a Harriet Tubman pin and never received it. I ordered on January 9th, 2025. I need my pin or my money back. So that is aggressive. Okay? I need my pin or my money back. It assumes that there's foul play. It assumes that it's intentional. It has literally no regard for anything, really, like no grace or anything, right? So she sent that email on February 5th. So I went to look at the tracking. Her pin was received on February 5th. So I sent her a response with the with a screenshot of the tracking saying your order was delivered, and another with the ship date, because I shipped it on January 30th. So I sent her an email back and I said, 1, according to the tracking number, your pin was delivered. 2, you could have checked the tracking number sent to you before sending me an email stating I need my pin or my money back. That is no way to speak to me. It is stated multiple times on the site that pins are shipped by the last day of the month. And as you can see from the screenshot, yours was. I hope you enjoy your pin. Please do not order from my site again. Her response to this was, I never saw nor heard that you ship out once a month. Had I known, I would have been patient. I see why no one wants to deal with you anymore. You're rude, a know-it-all, and very fucking difficult. I will never support you again, all caps. I hope Issa wipes the floor with your life. You're the type of girl that makes me sick to be light-skinned. All caps, I'm black. You're mixed. Check yourself and your privilege. Yo. Why would you buy something from somebody that you feel that way about? Why? She can't do a chargeback. She has the item. She cannot do a chargeback. So, of course, I replied back with the screenshots of the notice that I give to people. And I said, from both my black parents and me, go fuck yourself. I thought it was funny today that people said that someone said, Amanda, you are passive aggressive. And I'm just like, make up y'all's mind. Am I passive aggressive or am I rude? Pick one. Pick one. Am I passive aggressive or am I rude? Because you can't be both. Because you can't be both. can. She could try it. She could try it. She could try it. The bank gonna side with me. You got the good. You got the good. You did not get the good. If you want to return the good, then I will return your money when I receive the good. Talking about somebody mopping the floor at my life. The way that y'all be giving that lady power just because she had a TV show is beyond me. Y'all I be like, oh my God. Y'all stay keeping her name in your mouth. Amanda Archibald, I'm shipping your pen. Aotearoa. Exactly. She felt like that before she made the purchase. Also, the concept of telling somebody that they're mixed as a diss is so, it's just so like tired. You know what I mean? Like, and then when they're not, it's even more like, what? What is ruling you, love? Oh, I know, Miss Terry. I win. She over there mad and she never gonna wear it. Cause every time she wear it, she gonna remember me telling her to go fuck herself. And there are no returns on my site. No returns. So, yeah, God bless her, you know? God bless her. God bless her. That's how I be feeling. God bless her. God bless her. Bless her heart. Bless her heart. Smart mouth. Funny and blocked. Correct. She can tell her man the story. If she got real friends, they're going to be like, I mean, you did come at her sideways. And she did have the information on the site. I'm not friend. That's why don't tell me nothing. Because if you really wrong, I'm going to be like, I mean, you are talking silly. My mom can't stand me for that. Thank you, Kathy. I'm showing love. I'm showing a lot of love. You know, I'm just showing hate. I just feel like I don't feel like I should get any hate. I feel like I should only get love. But I get love and hate. But that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. Why are y'all asking me about the reel? That shit is 5 years ago. Why are you asking me about that? Not y'all thinking that that's from Tupac. I mean, it is from Tupac, but that's not the source of the song. Like, y'all be asking me, like, do you talk to so-and-so? It's a weird, it's just, that's an American thing I've never understood. And I am American. The same way that, like, I'll never understand going to someone's page that you don't like to be like, unleash the dragon. I know they want a messy moment. They want one so bad. No, people don't be curious. Why would that be? What? I don't. That's a gossip. What's the curiosity in that? What do you gain from the answer? Nothing. People don't be curious. Be curious about other cultures. Be curious about, your history. Be curious about that which will enrich you. Be curious about what's in our food. I know. I'm going to censor it. I'm going to censor the Amanda Land Exports poster. I am. I swear. Thank you, Elisa. You kind of just get into a groove. Let me tell you something. I immediately cut off that award show when old girl mentioned that manager name. I don't know what none of that even means. I don't know what award show you talking about. I don't know what manager you talking about. I don't know what old girl you talking about. 1, 2, 3. I don't know none of that. Who made up the rumor that my father is not black? Well, it changes. Sometimes my father ain't black. Sometimes my mama ain't black. Sometimes I'm just white. I mean, and it's typically coming from a place of like I don't have a right to speak about black people. Like that's really what that's kind of like that's where the take is from. It's always trying to undermine the validity of something I'm saying by saying that I shouldn't be saying it because I'm not black enough to say it. That's the thought process. So, it's just, and then like even if I was dark skinned, it would be like, oh, you're on TV. So it would be like a class thing. If someone was speaking honestly in a way that made people uncomfortable, they'd still find a way. Tierra Graves. I literally just shipped your package. Tierra, I literally just shipped your package, like in this moment. That's the third coinky dink that's happened in the last 2 hours. I'm on track, y'all. I'm on track. I'm on track. Sometimes I feel discouraged. Why should the shadows come? Why should my heart feel lonely when when Jesus is my portion? I'm trying to find this thing to show Tiara. Stand friend is he. His eye is on the sparrow. And I know he watches me. I sing because I'm happy. Ooh, that wasn't it. I sing because I'm happy. I sing because damn, I can't sing tonight. I can't sing tonight. If I gotta pay for copyright for his eye is on the sparrow. So this is the patch, Tiara. It's an iron-on patch. This is the pin. Comes with a bookmark. And via the pole, it'll come with a print. Whit said, stop making these pins. I ain't got no money. Oh, man. You know what? I would like to figure out how to do like a raffle of sorts. And somebody could win a pin. Like, but you got to watch Views from Amanda Land to win the pin. I'm not sure how I would do it. But you know what it is, Christiana? So the reason why not only were people like, no, we want prints. I've never gotten scarves from this company before. And I really need to get a sample from them first before I, before I put it out there. Absolutely adorable. The perfect time for my show is when I want to do my show. And I want to do my show in the morning as a morning show. Yeah. So 10 a.m. is perfect for me. Got it? Kathy, you want 11 by 17. Oh, baby, you ain't getting no 11 by 17 print. No, not in the bundle. Not in the bundle, baby. That's hard to ship. That's hard to ship. When is this latest batch of merch going live? The first Monday of the month. Thank you, Fatima. Thank you, Fatima. No, Kathy, that's too difficult to ship. 11 by 17 would mean that I got to get tubes. Or it's the same hours as Don Lemon's show. Don Lemon is on like 3 times in the day. And you're not getting the same thing from me and Don Lemon. It's not the same. And you're not getting the same viewing experience. So, like, I feel like watching my show live is a different experience. Someone's asking why compare them. Well, we're talking about the shows being on at the same time. So that's why. They're different. So someone was saying it sucks that they're on at the same time. Anyways, but it's a different experience being a part of the live experience of my show than I think of being a part. I don't feel like his show is interactive in the same way. But I only saw it when I was on it. So I don't know if on a regular basis they have I don't know if he's interactive. Yeah, his fans are called Lemonheads. I love how me and Sandy Parker both was like, get out of here. Oh, he does a lot of polls. Polls on like, what do you think about this thing that happened? Like stuff like that. I mean, it's a completely different show. I mean, it's not even like it's not even like you this or that. I mean, it's literally a completely different show. I would say my show's more like a classroom. At least I try for it to be like a classroom. Yeah, Colonial Outcast is good. That's Greg Stoker. Yeah, like my show's interactive learning. I think also I really try my best to make it kind of like spontaneous. Like there's certain things that you know are going to happen. And then there's kind of always a sense of like what's going to happen. And I think that keeps me as well as y'all engaged. That you don't know like day to day. You know that you're going to get the news. So like, you know, you're going to get 60-second headlines. Like, so I keep that. Like, that's the mainstay. You're always going to get 60-second headlines. But otherwise, like, you know, you're going to get word of the day. You know, you're going to get your PSA. You're going to get your 30 seconds of stillness. But aside from that, you know, you never know. And the reason for that is also because sometimes you don't know how much you're going to want to talk about something. You know, like sometimes it's like, dang, like I really can't speed past this. Like there's levels to this. I got to really like dig into this. And what I'm trying to do with my show is not just give you the news, but give a perspective that can be explored. So the next review show is going to be in in April, Patricia, top of April, because this month was a weird month. You know, I was kind of out and whatnot, and I just, I didn't have time to really like do it the way I wanted to. So I want to make sure that I handle it properly. But like, you know, I try and do a show that I would want to watch, which is a show that has a very progressive left, like people leaning perspective, people power perspective. One that is comprehensive in its approach, you know, so it's not just talking about the news in a vacuum. And when I say vacuum, I mean it's not simply talking about the news in the present day. It's also contextualizing it in the past. It's talking about the news also, like, not just within the context of like the story. So let's say we did a story on yay, YM, that makes me so proud. We did a story on, like, in the first show, we did a story on, I say we as if it's someone else, on the ADA was being, like, the airlines were being made to expand the way that they are being accessible for disabled folks. And, like, okay, we could just say that, but then to me, it's like, no, we need to talk about what it was like before, right? And then we also have to talk about, like, it on a global scale, like, is anyone else doing this? And so I talked about Grenada because Grenada also was saying we're expanding our accessibility. Oh, that's why I didn't do this. Talk amongst yourselves because I have to open a box. Oh, yay, the box is already open. That's what I want to be, Just Too Fresh. That's exactly the goal. I want to be the cool young professor that everyone fuck with. I'm just sensitive. So when people be talking to me crazy, I be like... And when people be talking crazy, even if it's not to me, but just talking crazy, I'd be like, why are y'all like this? People talking about, what has anyone ever done for Black folks? And I'm like, why do y'all talk so loud and wrong? I made a bid on a book. I made a video on handling bullies. Did I? Child. You know how many videos I made in my lifetime? I don't remember shit. Can I recommend a good book for my audience to read once a month? I mean, I try to have people on who are writing books. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Like I'm such a slow reader that I don't really be having time to read the way I want to read. Well, do you mean it has to be a new book? Or it can just be a book? Yay, TY! You better write that book. I said that about bullies. Well, my philosophy on bullies is just like, you know, you can't let nobody think you a sucker. That's why people be coming at me crazy, and then when I give them the same energy, they feel some type of way, and it's like, was I supposed to buck up? I mean, was I supposed to lock up? Wasn't gonna happen. Yeah, Erica Ford put out her book. My guest on Wednesday, literally yesterday, was Bianca Mabate Louie, and she has a dope book called Unassimilable. You know, I just think that it really would be valuable to read about other cultures that have similar value systems to you. That's the thing. Like, I went through a phase where it was like, I just want to be about Black stuff. That's it. And that was because I had been denied the history of my people. So I really was like deeply immersed in that and was like, that's all I want to be about. And I realized though, over time, like a long time, you know, it was like, no, I need to expand beyond, because the world is bigger than just that. You know, the world is bigger than just that. And so in doing so, that's what I'm trying to do for my audience now too. So that's why, like, on my podcast, you're hearing different voices from different cultures, different backgrounds, different movements, etc. Oh, thank you. Yeah, Malika is the dopest. Malika Jabali. I'm a big fan of her work. You know, talking to journalists, you know, just really trying to diversify what's getting in y'all's consciousness, what's getting in your ear. Like, I don't take none of this lightly. Like, all of this is for the sake of empowering you. That's why when people be like, you're not telling us what to do, I'm like, I'm giving you the tools for you to decide what to do. That's what I'm doing. You know, that's what I'm doing. I'm not going to tell you what to do. Why do you want me to tell you what to do? You don't even like me. You're not going to listen no way. Ta-Nehisi Coates. You know, but there's some classics that you need to read. You know, like George Jackson, Blood in My Eye. And it's also like, are you in the mood to get information? Are you in the mood to get inspiration? Or are you in the mood to get imagination? You know, you're going to see Shen Yun. I hate to break it to you. Shen Yun is just propaganda. That's it. I left halfway through. I thought it was going to be about culture. It is not. It is literally propaganda. It is basic. It is literally Chinese not Chinese propaganda. Is it communist propaganda? It's propaganda about, I can't even remember, but it is propaganda. And very quick, it's a cult. Right, okay, it's a cult, yes. And very quickly, you realize this. Very quickly. Like, I'm talking like, about 10 minutes in, you like, now hold on now. And the dancing is mad mid. Mad mid. Mad mid. I was like, man, even though this is a cult, maybe they gonna do some dancing. And then they wasn't doing nothing. I said, how y'all in the cult? Y'all ain't got the steps, the moves. So I just said, man, let me get out of here. So I cut out of there halfway through. It was cold as hell. I was in New York, and I could tell you what I was wearing. I remember I had a whole outfit on from Zara, and I could not get a cab to save my life. I can't remember why I didn't just take the train. I think I was just being stubborn. Anyways, these two white ladies walked by, and they like made a joke or something, and I laughed at the joke. And oh no, we had all been in the show, and they were like, "You left too?" They were in my row, and they lived like right there, and they were like, "Well, you want to come up and get a glass of wine and get out the cold?" And so I did. That's a real New York night. I'm just going to this apartment with these random two white ladies and talk to them. And that was cool. And I went home to Harlem. And I did not get transformed into a cult member. I love when I look up and see that Sandy or Rolando have cut people out, and I never even saw what they said. How about that? Like, I didn't even see. Oh, I'm good at sensing danger, Patricia. Yeah, I'm good at sensing danger. Ain't nobody gonna kill me on a Twitter date. No, no, no. Though I did go on a date one time in Grenada, and I really, the whole time, I actually had misread that one. And we were up at the top of the island in Satiez, and no, we was in Guave. We went to Guave for the fish fry, and on the ride up, he just started saying stuff that was like, wait, hold up. And then at one point he was like, God give you cramps as a warning. God does give women cramps to keep them in place. And I was like, what are you talking about? No, David Richardson. Shenyun promotes a cult, and the dancing is very mid. Don't let that split jump on the picture fool you. Okay? So I was like, what? And he said, yes. He was exactly, Reese. And I was like, what are you talking about? And he was like, yeah, because God does give you cramps so they mano alphabetio. Then we get to the fish fry. He just like leave me standing there by myself and like went over to talk to somebody. I was like, oh my God, I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here. Just like I gotta take off these glasses soon because they're getting real heavy on my face. I was like, I've got to get out of here. And Miggy said, I beg your finest pardon. Yeah. So then I was like, all right, I'm ready to go. And we were driving down from Guave. And let me tell you, like, when you driving at night in Grenada, like, you can't be play. The roads is like 2-lane roads, and you driving on a 2-lane road, and you driving through the night, and it's a flipping drop off on the side because you're on a mountain, so you can't play around like that. And he was like, skirt, skirt. But there was also a point where I realized, like, not I realized, but I knew that if we just get to this point, I could walk from there. If we get to this point right here, I could walk. If I got to jump out this car, I know I could walk from here. And to anybody who's been to Grenada or any Grenadians in the chat, when we got to the stadium, I said I knew I could walk from here. And I was staying at Grenada Grand at the time, in Grand Anse. And I said, okay, if we just get to the stadium, I know I could walk from here. So we get to the stadium, and he's like, oh, I gotta meet somebody here. I'm like, what you mean? I'm not lying to y'all. If he had got out the car, I was gonna get out the car and just walk back. And when I say walk back, That's a good set of miles. Okay? But I was going to do it. I was going to do it. So, but he didn't get out the car. Dude that he was going to meet just walked up to the window. But I was plotting. My escape. Advice for student organizers navigating bigoted fascist schools and states. Transfer. You know, the thing about it is that this whole country at this point is now bigoted. You know, like this country is all of those things. So it's like you either got to go underground and figure out a different, like the way that you're organizing. It's like for a long time, organizing at this point has been very loud, right? It's very loud. It's been in your face. It's been very that. And now I think there has to be a kind of different mindset around organizing and what it's actually organizing to do. And, you know, how to be most effective without leaning on being loud. Thanks, Pierce. Thanks, Pierce. I don't know Lil Jeff to say he was a real one, but rest in peace. Well, here's the thing. If his friend had gotten in the car also, yeah, you're right. I think I may have been like, yeah, I'm gonna have to just walk it like I talk it. You right, not a ledge. I'm gonna have to just walk it like I talk it. What do I think about the DOE rolling back on DIE? What's the DOE? The DOE, the Department of Education, rolling back on DEI. Is that what you're saying? Am I going on the Joe Budden podcast? Why would I do that? To be Joe Budden's co-host? No. He has like 3 co-hosts. I know Mark Lamont Hill's on there now. I don't want to be nobody co-host. What are you saying about the boycott tomorrow? The boycott tomorrow, you know. I don't participate. I can't say that I really have a lot of faith in its effect in its efficacy, but I hope I'm proven wrong. I'm not gonna you know, I've promoted it and I will participate. You're scared your mom will get fired from her job? She might. No, me and Melissa Ford were not in radio together. Do I think the blackout will work? Will work to do what? Thank you, IJC, for encouraging people to hit the like button. Because that's the thing. Like, I don't know. There's no clear goal. You know? Talk amongst yourselves. I need to take these off. They're making my my face heavy. I'll be right back. So for those who don't know, my cat Lando is approaching the Rainbow Bridge. And I just went to go put on my contacts, and Jordy, and so I have a heated floor in my bathroom, and so he likes to lay on that floor. But as he's gotten sicker, he went from, you know, sitting in a loaf to now he'd be like literally laid out on the floor. And I just went in there, and Jordy and Jedi were both laying there with him. It was so precious. That was a nice, I didn't expect that. Thank you. Would I ever consider hosting a retreat? No. Would I get a Lando-like tattoo? Lando is 11. What did this person say? Lando's 11. Just so we're clear, like, just for the record, if I'm like asking me like what's wrong with my eye, that's not really appropriate. I'm not a lefty. It's just the camera reverses. I'm a righty. My mother's a lefty. I know, Fatima. Remember that? What's wrong with your eye? It's like, wow. Yikes. A show about online etiquette. They'd be in the comments like, man, fuck this bullshit. Yeah, it was my dog that was laying close to Lando. My dog and Jedi. But usually when I'm up here in the loft, Jordy's on his little dog bed at the bottom of the steps. So when I came down the steps and I didn't see him, I was like, where is he? And he was in there. And they were just hanging around. They were just hanging out. This is like tedious work, but it's very fulfilling. It's really fulfilling making stuff and you all, you know, enjoying it. And it being a source of encouragement and artistry in your lives. On Netflix, they have, Jesus, why is this giving me so much trouble? They have this thing, Green Planet. So, you know, they got Blue Planet where they be talking about the ocean. But now they got Green Planet. And Green Planet is about the plants. And they did such a good job of making this interesting. They did such a good job of making this interesting. Someone just said, can you leave us the bag? Let me find out. Y'all would prefer the bookmark just by itself without me putting the pin on the bookmark? Like so? You would prefer the pin in the bag? Or you want the pin on the bookmark? See? It's not, if it was a unanimous, then I'd have been like, okay. But since it's not a unanimous, I will carry on. I mean, it is easier for my hands, but, you know, that's irrelevant. That's irrelevant. Like, you know, we doing something here. We putting together, you know, art and packaging. You want a pin of my Amandaland Exports logo? Do you really? Wit says, it's neat. I thought I was the only one who says that. Huh. Yeah. A pin of the Amandaland Exports logo? That would be dope. I'm trying to think. I like my pin maker, but there's another pin maker that I want to reach out to that may be able to make that one. Because the tough part about it is getting the lettering on it. But he might be able to freak it. I don't know. So far, so good. A patch would be ill. I know they can make the patch cool. Who is Otho Wallace and who is the collective? Yeah, my favorite medium is acrylic paint. Oh, thanks, Phony. Oh, a Smart Bunny and Black Varsity jacket. I have a 1 of 1. My Smart Bunny and Black Varsity jacket goes crazy. Rolando. Humble brag. So do you remember when I asked y'all to submit questions for an interview? Remember that? Well, that interview is dropping next Saturday. Not the one coming, not this Saturday, but the following Saturday. And it does not disappoint. I shot the interview and it does not disappoint. I think y'all are going to be very pleased. I think you're going to enjoy it. You're going to have a good laugh, or 2 or 3. And your questions were so great. So the thing about some of the stuff that you guys are suggesting, it's like part of what allows this business to function this way is that the items that I make and that I produce, like, they don't require multiple steps. You know, it's like I send them the design, they peep the design, they're like, great, they send me it back, voila, we're done. Whereas like apparel ends up requiring so many steps. You gotta figure out some samples for the base. Then they got to send you the samples for the base. Then you got to decide on the base sample. Then from there, they got to make a sample of the actual design with that. Then they got to send you that. Then you got to approve that sample or make any changes. And if you make any changes, then they got to send you those changes. So, you know, you're doing all of this and you're paying for all of this before you can even get into the part about, okay, now we're manufacturing. And then when you start manufacturing, it can be difficult too, because unless you're doing drop shipping, it's like, all right, how many smalls, how many mediums, how many larges, where am I storing them? Am I having to pay rental in this warehouse? All the above. So it's just like, I was just like, you know what? I'm done with that. I'm done with that. Like, I want to do small things that I can manage myself, you know, that people will enjoy, you know, that can be like collectors items, and, you know, and that, people can come back to. And like this year, because What Would the Ancestors Say is really like my focus this year. There's going to be like different resurgences of What Would the Ancestors Say. You know what I mean? Like there'll be, the pins will come back. There'll be patches. There's going to be a coloring book. So like all through the year that will come back. What Would the Ancestors Say will come back. But then, you know, there'll be other stuff. Like this is something that I'm doing in the long haul. I want that next year I can do subscription boxes. And I would do a quarterly subscription box that, you know, people sign up for. And they know that every quarter that box is coming. And it's going to be filled with goody patooties. So, well, wait, tell me, like, what do you consider, what makes a subscription box a good one in your opinion? Thanks, Danielle. A 6th grade teacher. I think I would be a good 6th grade teacher. That's a good age and a good pliable mind. 6th and 7th grade. Practical things. I'm very big on that. Any box with a tote in it is good to me. Like to hear that. Okay. I like a little production value. Okay. All of these things are within my wheelhouse. I like subscription boxes that have something that is specific to the box, not available elsewhere. Different types of items, utility items, memorabilia, clothes that can be worn as everyday wear. Thank you, Nikki DW. Well, I'll tell you this. September, I'm going to do back to school items for Views from Amanda Land. Notebook. You know what I mean? Shit like that. Notebook, pens, pencils. What am I going to do? I was supposed to do something that I forgot to do. A pencil kit? What's a pencil kit? The thing is I gotta step up like my manufacturers. So that's what I'm working on right now. Just trying to figure out, you know, better merch people. You know, sometimes people are really like close to their chest with their merch people, which is so like weird to me. I'm like, we don't sell the same thing. Like if I make candles and you make candles, I could see you being like, nah, I gotta keep mine on the low ski. But it's like, you don't make pens, and also like I'm such a small volume store. Zazzle. Oh, I should ask Peter who he uses. Stationery. A word of the day journal. Ooh. That sounds cool. That sounds super cool. Y'all getting big ideas over there. A word of the day calendar. Ooh, that just sounds like a graphic arts nightmare. That sounds like me hiring somebody on Fiverr. Spitta has Jet Life. Oh, I should ask Spitta about making me some stuff. Huh. An advent calendar with a stationery theme? Ooh, that sounds neat. Fridge magnets. Okay, okay. Thought I was going to write tonight. Not happening. I'm going to package all these up. Tomorrow morning, I will quality control. Then I will mail them out. Shot glasses is too off-brand, yeah. Okay, y'all. I think I'm about to put on some Parks and Rec and keep moving. I did know that, Vanessa. Treat yourself. Have a great night. Thank you, Nicole. Good reminder. Have a great night. And don't forget your compassion. Don't let politics don't let politics desecrate or diminish your decency. Okay? These are times where that's what it seeks to do. It seeks to diminish your decency. And when I see people considering the consideration of others as a weakness, it really, it concerns me. There's a difference between, you know, being used and being useful. And I think it's really important to know which is which. Okay. So, have a good night. And Ramadan Kareem.